Hello everyone, good evening. Today is October 23rd. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps, timestamp recaps, and daily teachings. Alright, guys, hope everybody had a great weekend. So, very amazing start of Monday, very amazing start of this week. The streak of Mondays is still on, right? Mondays are usually good. So, anyways, guys, a lot to talk today. We'll talk about how we were shorted SPY QQQ Tesla in the morning for nice profit in first half an hour, and then the reversal trades, right? Today was the day. Like I keep saying, you have to preserve on the choppy day, but then when there's a big day comes, you need to attack it. So how did we successfully traded NVDA long all day, Amazon long all day, Meta long all day? So we'll discuss all those trades. Will be a bounce trade. We'll discuss one short we had in open, and we'll discuss a couple of scratch short trades like Okta and CRM that we had at open. And just a fabulous day. The community was green, only 16% people were red, but otherwise everybody was green because we followed, and some people did hesitate, no doubt, but as always, hopefully this video will make you more confident next time you're in this setup, right? So we'll discuss all that, guys. Get ready for a lot of trade recaps and teachings. And by the way, our community is, if you go to the website, they're tenetrade.com. They're running the promo for the new members who want to come join and learn with us. I think it's like 99 first month, right? Yeah, so you can check that out. But anyways, I'm gonna start the recap now. So as always, guys, this morning wake up early. Those of you who attended the webinar last week of pre-market prep and daily routine should have really benefited today from the webinar, because that's what we did again today. So this morning we get up, we do what we call a wake up summary. Every day we do that. We go through the macro news, the China news, Japanese news, or any other geopolitical news, and what are the key things happening in the market, what are the key stocks doing, like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, all that, what is crude oil doing, US dollar, and all the economic data. We have a quick wake up summary. After that, there's a time to get our pre-market notes on, which was the pre-market news. There was Tesla had some news, Pinterest, Walgreens, CRM, Okta, and Hess. There was a bunch of other news. So review more news, keep reviewing all the news so that we could make our watch list ready. Before I make my watch list ready, our levels were ready today, guys. So these levels today worked flawlessly for us, flawlessly, guys. All of these levels, if you use the support and resistance pivots, they really paid out nicely for us today. The Tesla from the 208 went to 202.50 for a nice short at open, right? And all the other things as well, if you notice, right? 418 was my SPY support pivot, so SPY support level worked, right? So then the QQQ, my pivot was 351 right there, and QQQ 351 worked, right? So another pivot worked. So VIX was all day about, I will talk about VIX, what the plan on VIX was, we'll discuss that. But if I'm just going through the levels so that you guys understand the levels actually work, you just need to use them to manage your risks. Apple, my level was 170, and we touched 169.93 before bouncing. Levels is always an area, not exactly a point, right? So similarly, Microsoft, my level was 324.27, 324.27, and it bounced from 324.47. Right. Similarly, if I go to the next one, let's see what was the next one. Yeah, AMD was a short, right? So AMD, our level was 120, under 120 EMC was a short, almost for $1 move, of course, before the market reversal, right? And then we have to change the bias and cover it. And the same way, NVIDIA, which was the biggest trade for us for today, what was the risk? The initial risk was on NVIDIA 407, then 4010. Look where it bounced. 4010 candle lows, 409, 50 candle lows. Another level that went from my support level to 432. And what happened to the resistance pivot? Resistance pivot 415 breakout, boom, right? All these options that I gave, these levels you can screenshot and review again. They worked really flawlessly, right? So we can look few more. If you want to look at Netflix, what was the lower level? Lower level was 398. Where did it didn't even go there, it bounced from before 398. So if you were long, or your pivot worked nicely for Netflix as well. We traded Boeing as well in the trading floor. Boeing was a 179.20, right? So maybe it pulled down on the 179.20, and the upper pivot was 180.50, and then it over the EMA Clouds, right? So it was close, not exactly the same, but you get the concept, right? Again, this was the bounce with the market. So let's look at another level. Amazon level was 123.85. 123.85 never broke. My price alert never broke, right? So then let's look at Meta. Okay, so what was Meta today? So Meta was 306, 306.57, 306.57, and 305.50. Nice at risk, but it was already over the EMA cloud at open. So and then what was the pivot? So pivot was 3010. It never really looked back before the pivot of 3010, and it's rallied crazy to 317. We were long on Meta, right? So Tesla, I already talked about it. We were short initially. Nice fade from 208 to 202.50. I will show you my timestamped comments. But then Tesla as well reclaim, when it reclaimed 208, that's why I said there should be your risk, and I will show you that. And then Tesla pushed IR into 216 all day as well. So let's look at one last level. I usually don't do that, but I just want to show you the power of the levels on the day like today, how simple the trading can be. We just complicate it. All right, so Google, the risk level was 134.13. Yeah, okay, that's close. 134.13, and right there 133.97 made the lows there, and so, and of course it was. So the thing is, once, if it's not clearly breaking down, there's no candle making lower lows or lower highs under that level, then right? So of course, and then there's other concepts come in, but levels worked flawlessly today on all these. So now we have talked about the support levels and the pivots that worked flawlessly for us. Now let's quickly get into our morning trades and the watch list. So there was not much on the news place today, guys. I kept everything today for the marketplace, right? The big sevens, those were my main watch list. Of course, I did have Bitcoin on the watch list. You can see Bitcoin USD was on the watch list today. I did not end up trading much on that, but it was still for the community. I kept it on watch. If you see, I'll show you. Bitcoin place was also on watch. U was also on watch. Octa was the short that didn't work, so I bailed early on Octa. This was the plan for VIX. Plan for today is 22. 22 holds we bearish, and if 22 breaks, then we are bullish, right? So that was the simple plan. So CRM was also on our watch list. A bunch of our names were also on watch list, and this penny was on the watch list today. INVO. It was nice guidance by William in the room. I think my target was mostly towards the 3 on INVO. If I can show you guys, let's see. Yeah, so INVO, my target was 3 over the $2 psych. It kind of pushed it. So was nice trade in the community for penny stock traders. Nice setup today on INVO as well, from $2 to $3. Even it was not bad. And then 3 psych level, right? I always talk about psych levels. It couldn't cross 3 psych. So shorts use that level as well. And if you're short, then you even made a gain on the short as well. So 3 psychological level, simple level to use for profit taking, use for even shorting, and then the long from 2 pre-market highs, breakout from here. So that was what was INVO. All right. So okay, let's look at some morning trade. So I did short one name RMVMD out of the gate. When I mentioned here RMVMD bearish to neutral, I did short it right out of the gate where it opened, and as soon as it was breaking this level and breaking this level, Nothing special, but but did give us from 1830 to almost $2.50 short. So we can talk about RVMD. Here's a look at RVMD, right? So this was RVMD short, bearish to neutral on the pops, will short. Watch for short if breaks PM lows. And then my price alerts started to go in, and we were short as it started over 18, and as soon as 18 breaks you add into that, and then it was 16 was then my ideal next target, and we were covering on the way. 16 was the target we covered most. Then it hit 1550, and then 1/3 was left, and then it started bouncing. I was out of it, but you can see you risked almost $1, less than $1. You made a $2.5. So this was a nice trade. You can see the initially candle bear flagged, and then it finally broke, right? It finally broke this level, and then it faded all day. So that was RVMD short of the day. So just want to quickly cover that, the short setup that we did in the community. So now let's talk about Octa short, right? So Octa short, I was bearish, but then I also understood, if those who remember Friday when I posted the news on Octa right here, and then it faded, broke, and faded in the end of the day again. Why was it fading? We all knew about that because of the you can go on my Twitter and you can check when I posted it. So this morning I was bearish buys as well, but when I shorted it, starter size, it was not making a low. It did flush to 67. If you want to go to a 2-minute chart, we can see it did flush, right? We shorted at open, right? Shorted at open. So shorted at open, right? Risk was 72, and it did flush to 67.87, but it then started to bounce back again. So I didn't really like that because it was not making a lower highs. So that's what I said after 10 minutes, wait for better entry or stay small, because it's not making that yet. And then it started to push a little bit over 70, and then it was trying to reject, and then I didn't like the action, so I got out. I gave up a little bit, not much, because as you can see, this was the opening price, opening short, right? And it was barely up there, and then 70 was rejecting again, and then it was coming back again. Anyways, it didn't work. So it didn't work, that is fine. Didn't work, right? We just can unless of course when it failed back to 68, you covered here, there was still like a $2 to be made here. I know still other folks were still short on because it never really pushed back over 70, never really candle closed over 70, but I was not interested, even though I could have held, but I just stepped away. But either way, from the short at open, we did push back to 68, and when it was coming back, that was your signal to get out because it's not able to make a new low. So this was a scratch to a profitable trade for most, but I will just call it a scratch. I didn't make anything on it, but this was the trade which didn't really work out. All right, so let's look at SPY and QQQ short that we did at open. So as soon as the market opened, I was on the voice, I was talking about how SPY is heavy, QQQ heavy. SPY was very simple trade, guys. Today it was very simple short at open. There's nothing complicated about it. So this first candle that pulled back, maybe I can show you guys in 2 minutes. Let me show you that. So if you see, so the first candle, right, it faded from there to the pre-market lows. So to the pre-market lows, and same for QQQ, faded from opening price high resistance, pre-market resistance, to the pre-market lows. And this was the short, right? This was a short for first 15 minutes that I walked everyone through. If I want to show you guys, let me show you 1 second. So let's look at that, right? So let me go back. Yeah. So here you go. You see, I was on the voice talking about the weakness, right? And I was saying nice fades from EMA reject because VIX was holding 22. And we knew that if we are shorting, our target is pre-market lows. There was no two questions about it, right? Short target was this, right? And it was coming to target. I was saying SPY QQQ is still our PM lows. Tesla short, or we can also talk about Tesla short here. These three shorts that we did at open, look at Tesla short from 210 to 202.50, and it was same with SPY and QQQ. When SPY QQQ broke the pre-market the SPY QQ were pushing towards pre-market lows, and Tesla was breaking the pre-market lows, right? So I said do not long Tesla. I said that in very first 5 minutes. Tesla was fading for first 15 minutes. Tesla was fading. So if you were started to buy Tesla here, you would have already blown out and stopped out rather than buying the Tesla again when we really went through the reversal, right? So that was the short. You can clearly see SPY QQ nice fades into 10 a.m. pre-market lows, right? VIX holding 22. So Tesla touched 204.40. I said start to cover into 10 a.m. SPY QQ was still fading, and let's see this. You see the SPY QQQ price alerts are going in. So here you go, by 43. Short from EMA Clouds to pre-market lows. Very nice. And I can't show you, but I was on the voice, but you can clearly see what my comments were. And those who watch my video every day, those who know my rules, our first rule is the first move. Trading the first move at open, you always take profit at 10 a.m. right? So then we were going to fade to 202. So that was my target, right? So I was like, hold your shorts till it fades to 202. You know, if you added 208s or if you added initial rejection, hold till then, right? There was a nice fade. AMD was breaking 100, was kind of short too. IWM was breaking as well, but it bounced. Then I said 944. I said 944. Where did the bounce come? Right? I said right here before the big bounce candle. Cover some at 202 targets, most of your size, because I know we were close to 202, but you know, I saw this, you know, candle was a bounce candle, and then the Bill Ackman news came and the whole market bounced, but we were covering from here to here. Doesn't look like much, but this was $2 move on SPY, enough move on the options. This was a $3 move on QQQ, enough 30%, 40% move on options. So we were out of this morning trade shorting the market, SPY, QQQ and Tesla, right? And we were also short CRM, which also kind of started bouncing with the market. So we had to scratch that as well. It was short under the 200. If you see my morning, what I was talking about CRM in the morning, if you see my plan on CRM, I said if it fails, we'll short, right? It's as simple as that at the open. And it did fail from 200 to 197.70, right? That was, how long did it fail? For 15 minutes. So CRM, you still had enough time to at least take half profit, and then when it bounced on you, just get out, right? Because market was bouncing, right? So my target was 197.50 ideally, right? It was breaking down, but then the market bounced, and you know, I had only covered a little bit, and then I had to get out. So was able to get out of CRM safely, because when market is bouncing, it's over your entry price, you have to get out. When it's back over 200, no questions asked, back out. So just, you know, barely a small trade there, nothing special. You know, it's, I wouldn't call it a successful trade, even though it faded like $2 at open. We'll just you know, I made a little bit, but we'll just call it a scratch. So that was, guys, CRM. Now we'll talk about the bounce, the reversal. We bounced the stocks, right? So which stocks did we bounce? Which stocks did we bounce today? Let's see. So first we are going to look at SPY and QQQ reversal. So what was happening here? What was happening? SPY, QQQ, what was happening? So SPY and QQQ were holding the pre-market levels. Remember my concepts, the 7 concepts I teach, it was holding the pre-market level. So that was our first signal of a reversal coming in, right? and it pushed into the opening resistance over the EMA clouds. 512 reclaimed bullish, 3450 reclaimed very bullish. 10 a.m. trend time, bullish trend all day. 10 a.m. trend time, bullish trend all day. And what was VIX doing? VIX was fading under 22. What did I say? What did I say in the pre-market? If you see my VIX plan that I showed you guys already, my timestamped VIX plan was VIX under 22. VIX under 22, we are bullish bias. We are bullish bias. VIX under 22, we are bullish bias, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to stay in a bullish mode. Look here, 22. When it broke, look my comments. Now we watch versus pre-market lows, hold level or not. So that was our Q, and I will show you when I go to Tesla. I'll show you how I covered Tesla and moved to the bullish bias. So we'll talk about it. So this was clear. EMA Cloud, if I take this range breakout out, EMA Cloud turned 512 bullish over 3450. Then it was all bullish, all day trend, right? And I also, if I show you, I also was talking about the calls. So if you see, SPY and QQQ are looking good to hold the trend. 355 on QQQ next. Right, I said more call flow coming in. All day I was talking about the call flow that was coming in. I talked about QQQ call flow because on our scanners, our free scanners, we use that free scanners to trade these long, right? So look here, QQQ, some call flow coming in, waiting on 10 a.m. confirmation. And look at this chart. QQQ was still trying to break out of the range, and rest is the history for the day, guys. Right before and after points, not a hindsight discussion from me. Before and after, giving the conviction, VIX conviction, option flow conviction, the levels conviction, EMA Cloud conviction. The trades went 150 to 100%. That's how you grow your small account. Very proud of that reversal today. All right, guys, we need to look at now NVDA reversal, the best play of the day. NVDA reversal. How did we nail it on NVDA reversal? Let's look at NVDA reversals. There's a lot to cover on NVIDIA because we were talking about NVIDIA all day long. If I can show you everything on NVIDIA, let's see. So now if you look at, okay, so what were we looking at NVIDIA? We started to see crazy flow started to come right after open, 9:30. Okay, if I can show you the flow, then you will see what I mean by the what we were looking at on the flow. Okay, let's see. So here is the flow that you want to see. All right, guys. So this was the flow. Started right at 9:38. 100,000, 200,000, 400,000, 300 star, and I started to notice it right away. Lot of flow coming in 320s, more flow coming at 10:13 a.m. You can see right there, right? And then we were all on it, and then you can see I said lot of call flow, check the flow scanner, and then it was all about trading NVIDIA, taking a position, watching the market going long, and trading our targets. Right, this breakout which was the long one, the pivot 415 pivot from the pre-market level where we went long. So we will let me show you that. So 420 was my next target, or over 415, right? So if I keep going, all day guidance, more flow coming in NVIDIA, good to lock on the way. 420 to 50 next target. So I gave 420 to 50 next target, right? Then my next target was 420, 450, because it all day it was doing nothing but flagging and making next leg up. It was just so strong because the news was supposed to come in that we didn't know, but the market makers knew it, right? Somebody knew it. And then we were locking the profit into the Friday highs. That's where we locked the first position on the profit, right? So that's where we locked the first position in the profit. And then NVIDIA, I said, can push to 430 if base is over Friday high, in case you still have some. And look at it, by end of day we hit 430. And then guess what happened? End of the day, NVIDIA the chipset news came in and NVIDIA further broke out of that flag at 432. There was no reason to sell NVIDIA all day. Scale out, scale out, scale out. Use your profit to get the further lotos in. That's all you have to do. In the morning, if you see the morning lotto I gave, which one was that one? If we can see, so morning lotto I gave was 4 or 15C. So 415C went 100% today, more than 100% actually. So that was the option I gave. Here you can see I gave 415C on NVIDIA, which went crazy. That's how you double and triple your accounts, following the process. So guys, so that was NVIDIA all day. So that was NVIDIA. Now let's look at Tesla reversal. All right, guys, videos running a little longer, so I'm gonna take a faster route for the Tesla. Okay, so let's look at it, right? So you can see my morning call on the Tesla was short, right? Short scalp, cover into 10 a.m. Then start. I covered the short, okay, and I covered the short right here, and at that time I was not interested because I wanted to see what it does. It was a C minus setup because my risk was 202.50. I had like a $4 risk, right? But I was still telling the members, because I know a lot of community members were interested in Tesla, to long it. And then when I covered my short, and then it started to push. As I said, it has room to 34.50. Look here, it has room to 34.50. Risk is 202.50. Then it started to push towards 34.50. It will test 210 resistance. Now the stops should be 208, and then it moved over 210. I said the stops should be under 210, right? And then it kept, as long as 512 holds, you keep moving stops up. Then I said the stops should be 211.50, and then my last stop I gave on Tesla was 214, where we took all the profits. If I want to show you guys, let's look here. Okay, so 214 should be stops, and that's where we stopped out. And then under 34.50 it pulled back. So nice profitable day on Tesla, guys. You see the guidance, what I do, and even if you added here, you knew 208 is your risk, $2 risk to make $4, right? And if you added earlier, you have a small size on B minus setup, and as soon as it starts to get bullish, you add more to take into an A setup. So guys, that was Tesla reversal for us. Great trade on Tesla. So Meta was another great trade today, guys. So Meta also, a lot of call flow was coming in. You see here 320s. It was over EMA Clouds, so I liked it, and I said if it pushes to over clouds, we are long it. My next target was 312 on Meta, and I wanted to see the flag breakout of Meta at 3012, and then other target was 3014. We left 1/3 at 3014. I said leave 1/3, and then what happened? Boom, Tesla hit 317, guys. Beautiful trade. That is why I say days like today is when you execute, you deploy your cash, you get it done fully, right? So beautiful reversal on Meta as well, guys. So that was nice. So let's look at the next one now. It was Amazon. So Amazon was strong right at open. I talked about it. Amazon really strong versus 123.85. Clearly gave the risk level, right? I said 123.85 for a starter. Stay small until confirmed reversal, right? Then it started to reverse. Then my next target was 125.71. Hit the target. Then I said move the stops to 124.50. We moved the stops to 124.50, and then logged the profit on half, and then rest left, we left rest of it to move, and then we finally hit 127.80, right? From where did we add? We added 124.70. We were risking $1, and how many dollars we made? We made almost $4, right? $3.5, $4. So then so you can see Amazon, NVIDIA, Meta, a few names that I held a lot of options over. So these were, guys, our reversal. But how did these reversals work? They worked because the market was reversing. The market was our guidance. SPY, QQQ reversal, right? NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta, Tesla. So you see all those reversals that I talk about, right? I even talked about BA reversal on the trading floor versus 180, which was not bad as well, right? So these are the repeatable concepts. When the system works, you follow the system all day long, right? So BA was let me quickly show you BA, my comments on BA. Yeah, so BA, because I liked BA when it was here. So BA is over EMA Cloud at at 11 a.m. and then the 180 was a risk for almost $1 risk, and it pushed to 183.60. So basically it gives a $2.50 versus the 80 risk. So when the something is working, guys, you need to follow the system and have some conviction. Today the option flow really helped us for such a good day, great start of the week. Very proud of execution today. And you can always size small, guys. If you're missing something, just size small. I know people with small accounts, they don't have too much, and they don't too much room for scaling out, for making a mistake. But if you have a good account size, you can scale out. Just size small, size tiny, right? So that's how you will win. That's how will you make it work, right? Just do 12 good trades. If you miss today, don't FOMO. There'll be another day. Just practice. Remember why you missed today, and next time be ready. All right, guys, a little long video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Make sure to use the discount code for community. Join us for a month and see if you can learn and educate yourself with us. Thank you.